This morning I woke up and I found, like I said, God changed it on me, but I found in my pocket a now later, a pack of now laters. And just looking at it, God started to speak through me. And he said, this is the season where people are going to come to your church and they want a now word. They want a word that can deliver them from their situation now, but they don't have the patience to wait to the later revelation. So God said, I want you to take this normal piece of candy and preach this to them and say, you can eat me now and save me for later. But see, you think about the now later candy and you wonder, well, what does that mean? You eat some now and then you save some for later. I want to put a flip on it for somebody this morning. We've been treating God like the now later candy. And can I just tell somebody, you can't do God like that. You can't use God now and then put him away for later. The candy, yes, of course you can do that, but because we're human, we try to use God as a piece of candy that we can pull him out at any time, and you can. Believe me, you can do this. But what I'm saying is, what God is trying to tell you is, I'm not just a now and later God, I'm the in-between God. You got to understand this, that it's the in-between time that we shut the power of God off. But God is trying to speak this word through Lazarus, and he says, yes, I know he's about to, what did he say? He said, this sickness is not unto death, but it's so the Son of Man may be glorified through it. That's the now word. That's the now word to get your spirits bubbling and your vats to overflow with spiritual knowledge. But what God is saying is, it's not just a now word. See, the problem with the way we treat God as a candy bar is, or as the candy now or later, we snack on him all day. And he tastes good. He tastes real good. But right when the trouble comes, there ain't no more God in your mouth. You done put the power of God off. And what I'm trying to say is, God is not the candy. He is the inventor. He is the one that comes in between time. He's the now, later, and in between God. But we treat him as a candy bar. We wonder why when we're in circumstances and we wonder, God, where are you? You're looking for God, but you forgot you treated him like a candy bar. And when you treat God like a candy bar, you get candy bar results. What do you mean candy bar results? When it's gone, it's gone. But if you treat God the way God's supposed to be treated, even when the taste is gone, God can still operate. Even when the sweetness is gone out of your life, God can still move in between. You gotta understand, God ain't no now and later candy bar. God is the originator. He can speak those things that are not as though they have come to pass. But you've been treating him like the now and later candy. And once you unwrap him, you expect him to operate in your life, which he will. But the moment you say it's a candy, God is with you until it's gone. He says, he's not dead, but he's asleep. And some of us, we keep the candy bar in our pockets for so long, we forget about it. What happens when it sits in your pocket over time? When you put it in there, you put it in there brand new. Creases, everything. In time, it starts to wear down. It starts to melt. It starts to dissipate. It starts to disappear. And then the next time you check in that pocket, what you got is a mess. And if you keep treating God like the now and later candy, the next time you reach in your pocket, it's a mess. But can I tell somebody, the God that we serve can move even in the stickiest situation. The God that we serve can rise above the sweetest temptation. You gotta understand this. If you treat him that way, he still loves you. But can I flip the stickiness for you? Hold on to your seats. Here it go like this. You put him in your your life, you forgot all about him. He done melted all down, and it's all sticky. You got to understand this. The things that are closest to your life are the things you cannot get rid of. But if you put God in and you forget about him, he starts to operate all on his own. So the things that have been stealing the joy away from you, the stickiness that you use God as the candy bar, it starts to melt. And the things that were close to your heart starts to move away. It starts to move away. You got to understand that so you may forget about God, he never forgets who you are. It's not until you stick your hand back in it that you realize he's all on me.